Okay.
Hi, Szilard. We are live.
Hello, guys. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you too.
Ciao,
Welcome
Szilard.
to
Ciao,
our show.
Marcio.
Ciao. So, welcome, and let's start. The first session or first part of that discussion will be about yourself, who you are, Szilard. Maybe could you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm many things. Typically, how I say I'm a Hungarian, stuck in Finland for 7 long winters now, and I'm a quality-oriented transformation guy. Maybe that's the best. That's best way to say. I'm a DevOps transformation lead, a senior consultant at Efficode, a lead consultant actually at Efficode, and I'm having 25 years experience in quality assurance in different testing domains, mainly in the telecom area. But in the last 6 years, working as a consultant, seeing a lot of different companies and clients, and working with many of them on typically test processes, test strategies, figuring out where to fix quality in the larger scheme of the software development lifecycle. So not only testing, but really what to fix with product owners, product managers, grooming processes, refining, fine-tuning, etc. of the backlog items. So I really like to see the whole world from the top. So that's me. I'm also a father, as I say many things, so tested by my teenage daughter. So I'm also in multiple, hobby projects, hobby works, in the voluntary aspect, working in ISTQB. I'm a member of the Hungarian testing board. And also in Finland, we initiated a meetup series to bring testers together. And now, actually, this week, we achieved 1,000 registered members in that meetup. So, so in the last 3 years, it's been growing quite nicely. So that's a big community we built as
You're
well.
sending some money to the people, or?
We are not giving and we are not taking money. This is absolutely all volunteer and just, bringing people together.
And, I tried to say that you are the guy with yellow hoodie, or is not true? That you are only on the stage, but the whole your life is yellow.
Well, our one of the time our marketing guy brought in this idea that instead of a black hoodie, which we had at that time, why don't we change it to a yellow hoodie, which is the color of the company? And then it turned out that it works perfectly, because trust me, on any conference, when I see a photographer, they turn towards me and they shoot the picture.
Nice. And you mentioned that you moved from Hungary to Finland. That that you don't need to, or you didn't need to learn the new language, right?
Well, if that's what they say, right? But the language is split like 4,000 years ago. So there's seven common words. So something like that.
But it's similar, right? Or?
Absolutely not.
I know some words. Maybe I can try something because, I'm working in Finnish company originally, that anteeksi, missä on vessa?
Now that I understood.
Yeah.
Sorry, where's the water?
You need to know some basic words. Yeah, that for somebody who don't know what does it mean, translate it to English if I'm correct what I said in Finnish.
It was, like you had the good pronunciation.
And what does it mean in English? To translate it to English, because I said it in Finnish, but to, somebody who is like listening that what does it mean, this anteeksi, missä on vessa?
I did already.
Really?
I'm sorry, where is the water?
Water? Okay, because I told where is the toilet?
Vessa. Okay, yeah, that's like the short. This is the problem with the language, it's like full of puhukieli. This is the spoken language, which is like totally different. So vesi is water, vessa.
Okay, and how to
The room
pronounce it
with the
correctly?
water. So it's
Okay.
but it's also coming actually from VC, so the V with the WC, so it's Vessa. So
Okay.
whatever is the origin, but yeah, now I got it.
And Szilard, do you speak Finnish? Or
En puhu suomea.
Ooh.
No, I don't. I'm
Terve.
learning.
Okay,
I'm learning, but it's a difficult language, and seems that I have way too many hobbies.
good. So
I know also another words, but I will not try to, because I know the translation, which type of words you can learn quickly, and it's not very good for recording. Yes.
No.
Good, but I guess if we can jump to hot seat, Martin, what do you think?
yes, let's go.
Okay, regarding Hungary, no, I'm joking. I said that no stupid questions, but I would like to ask you, is quality more important than speed of delivery?
It depends.
No, yes or no? It's quality more important than speed of delivery?
So you want a short answer, a long, or a yes, no?
Yes, no.
Okay, we will. Okay, yes or no?
I will not give you that answer because I would be wrong, whatever I say.
Nah. And which part is probably, from your perspective, more? Is more yes or is more no?
It depends.
No, depends.
On the risk, on the business.
Okay, I
on
will
the
continue. We
context.
will see what's happened. Okay. Code that works or code that is beautiful?
First of all, you need to define what means works, what means beautiful. But if you say like code that does what the product is
Yes.
expected to do, and then beautiful means like it's maintainable, then my answer will be it depends.
No, I'm saying works. It means that it's working as expected. Beautiful means that you have super nice style, etc.
So yeah.
Tell me. That you are the first probably guess who has the problem to answer, hot seat. I don't know. You need to also, I will jump to this first question who I never ask you. And I told you that maybe you can go to the politics, because your answers are like more or less politician, like answers that, code that works.
If you have a product that is created for one time and no one needs to maintain it and have another version, then obviously it should work. But when it will be maintained, and that was your very first
that
version,
works. We have the answer. Very good. That's fine. Early morning meetings or late night deployments?
Ooh. Late night deployments. Deployments are more important than meetings.
Very good. Slack or Teams or virtual?
Slack.
Or face-to-face conversation?
That was an option. Then face-to-face.
Okay. Water polo or kayaking?
Kayaking.
Really? You are too long.
Finns has a sport which is the combination of the two. So you do kayaking and water polo at the same time in the kayaks. Yeah.
I had opinion to see it because we had like celebration party in Finland. I was surprised that this type of sport is really happening in Finland. You're right. Okay. Langosh or burger?
It's langosh, yeah. It's harder to catch for me now, so it's on top of my priority list.
Ooh. Beer or palinka?
I must say palinka, right? But with a QA at the end.
Okay. Baratsk. Good.
Langosh and palinka, nice combo.
Yeah, now we are talking about quality, surely.
Then you can say depends or both together. Yeah, that's yeah. Okay. A bug in production or deadline that was yesterday?
I mean, these are happening both at the same time, right?
Should, but if you can choose.
Well, bug in production.
Okay. And now go to the AI question. No question that if AI replace the people, but AI as assistant or AI as owner.
AI as co-worker and AI as orchestrator.
Assistant or owner?
Then assistant. I still believe in people.
Okay. And now my favorite probably question. And then most companies don't actually know what they want. AI just make it obvious. Yes or no?
In product terms or in solving any problems terms?
We can call in product words.
Yeah. Well, I disagree on that.
No, okay.
If you don't know what you want, AI will create what you ask for. And it will not be what you need. Maybe it will be what you want, but it might not be what you need.
And the last one. AI should never be the final authority on quality and security. Yes or no?
No.
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 Okay. Nice. It's fine. Thank you for answers. The first three was like preparation that you are still depend, but the final 5 or 4 question, that was fine. Very good. But now is the time to go to the main part of the session. And I know that Marcel is really prepared for this.
Okay, yeah, we were chatting with Szilard about that, and it's the AI related. Maybe something about the quality and security, as you asked the last question in the hot seat session or part, because Szilard said that he thinks that soon there will be only coding agents, and he expects that there will also test as well. So we will have everything AI powered. So we will have multiple agents running all these things. And this is right, Szilard, this is what you sent me. Do you remember?
I need to remember in one context we discussed that.
And we have name of the episode. Don't worry. We have now the name of the episode.
That's just first part. But you also said that there are missing requirements. So these agents will be pretty lost running anything because there are no requirements. So that would be nice to maybe go deeper into this topic and discuss it, because there is a lot of vibe coding around. And so maybe tell me what you can see on the market, and maybe fix the statements, because I'm just picking up some pieces of the discussion. So what's the opinion about you share with me, and maybe let's discuss that further. So how do you see the current market with all these AI movements and what is happening there?
Okay, so you very nicely put me on the spotlight, right? I just told you I want you to be thrown under the bus with something, and now you give it back to me. Thank you. Good, I have friends. I don't need enemies. So first of all, definitely the software development is getting or already agentic, right? And this is on one hand a good thing, but as a quality person, I also see like, okay, what could go wrong? And I'm thinking of that, like, what's the risk here? So when we say agentic, there's two ways. Now the coding agents, right? Coding assistants, but rather coding agents are coming up and taking away quite a lot of the jobs. Actually, under the hood, you might not even see what they are doing. Now, they work with a good set of instruction files, right, where you tell them how to behave, what to do. But many times those instruction files are also being created as default. So you just ask the coding agent that, can you scan my repository? What is it there? And create some kind of architecture, etc., documentation. So my problem is seeing that the default will be the default. So many people will not do anything else, just go with what is given. And in that case, obviously the quality assurance processes might not be on the level that you actually need. So this is what I see as a risk. What do I mean? If you are not purposely mapping also your quality assurance process into the behavior of the agent, it will, of course, not do those things, not generating those type of tests from those type of requirements, etc., etc. So we need to make sure that your software development process, quality assurance process as well, is properly mapped into your agents and how they behave. So if you zoom out a bit, of course, your software development will be agentic. So requirement analysis will be done by an agent, right? Requirement augmentation will be done by an agent. Hopefully, there will be an agent to ask nasty questions around non-functional requirements and other quality characteristics. So you have that aspect as well. And at a point, you have a set of good requirements or, problem description, which is either given to another agent or rolled over to the next step with the same agent. In the software development, right? If we follow now, well, are those best practices? I don't like that word, but good practices of development. Those needs to happen, right? And I would say
already inbuilt, because you said there is some default. So I would expect all the default is based on some good practice or best practice in all the stages. So for the development and testing, it should be the same. So it's more about the customizing what's there for our need or understanding the other context. So what's the missing requirements? Because process-wise, I would expect it's there. Are you now talking about the process or some kind of business requirements?
Actually both. Okay, you throw me under the bus very, very much with this question, but it's quite a big thing. So let's start with the need of the business or the customer, right? How do you understand the need? Can an agent help you on there? Now, when you have the coding agent, right, already, for example, in Copilot, GitHub Copilot, you are telling it what you want to achieve, right? Or Cloud Code or anything. Yeah. You tell what you want. So you have a concrete need. But for example, throughout my studies, many times the needs are not clear. So you need service design thinking first to understand what are the problems that you want to solve. And solving the wrong problem is really a quality issue. So if you're not solving the problem that the client had. Let me just add one thing and then back to you. But I see these agents as well, like creating very quickly prototypes for you. So now you see with your own eyes, how does it look like? So now you can actually clarify in yourself as well, what are your needs? So it's a very fast DevOps loop as well, like giving you feedback on how the idea looks like, and then understanding, is it wrong or is it good? I hope we will do a lot of these type of things, like you create something quickly, you learn, and then you delete the whole repository. But now you have a new learning. Now back to you, Marcel, sorry.
Yeah. I was thinking about, like, we were discussing actually two things, or two ideas pops up. One was kind of joke that now with this agentic, approach. Some people say that maybe there will be software like we have now, like handmade it. So it'll be maybe like human made software, and it'll be something special, which people will say, aha, because it's turning into this AI powered or AI agentic SDLC. But what brings me, or there was one more idea pops up when you start talking about that. Nowadays, we could see small islands of these AI powered or agentic approaches. But what would happen if we have the entire process AI powered? Because I see the teams implementing testing. I see the team introducing coding agents. I see some other teams introducing the business analysis kind of AI powered features and tools. And it reminds me of the discussion about autonomous cars. And some people say this is failing because there is too many human drivers. And the cars are getting stuck with there, and it's conflicting. So what would happen if we would turn it completely to the AI? Would that work now, or what we are missing?
I do believe we have all the needed pieces in place. Like we have structured languages for requirements, like Gherkin syntax, for example, for BDD. We have APIs, right? Machine and human readable technical specifications. We have the UML. We have actually all the requirement engineering practices that is already known by large language models. You just need to ask the proper question that they understand this is what you want. So we have the standardized way of communication between these agents, right, and elements. We have the tools with the coding agents. They can create code, create test, and then initiate testing of that code, right, in the same pipeline. So they get feedback, and without you seeing it, they have the cycles and they improve on their own creation, getting more understanding.
So are we there yet?
We are getting closer to the magic, I would say. The scalability of that, the maintainability of the outcome is still, I would say, a question. The stochastic behavior of the code. So, I really think sometimes it will be better to delete everything, all the code, and regenerate the whole product based on your initial requirements, the new requirements and all the requirements you had, instead of trying to manipulate that code. But that's just a personal opinion.
And that's back to maybe what I still in my mind. Also, Marcel asked is that the question of the requirements. Yes, we have the tools. We have technology in the place that, yes, you have tools for, to generate some technical documentation, spec-driven approach, code agents, testing, etc. But still, the requirements are coming from business, right? And in many, companies, they are still facing that, the business saying, oh, I would like to have like red car. Well, what does it mean? That if you send just like this instruction or requirements, to the agent, that what will happen? That still, I guess that we are facing the issue that not facing in this handmade world that somebody is doing, physically the coding, etc. They still have like the opportunity. Okay, based on experience, past experience, etc. He will be shifting and prepare, the result based on some understanding, the business, customer or something like this, that it's closer to something what we are calling red car. But now with this type of requirements or instruction, what will be the result? That we need to also shift the business, or they need to start using AI, or how? Because I guess that it's much more important to have like quality in the requirements, or not.
But think of DevOps, right? Think of the fact that we invented DevOps because we were not able to fix how to create good requirements upfront. So we said, like, let's create something, minimum viable product, minimum marketable feature, proof of concept, something that helps you to actually clarify questions. So you don't know the requirements, but when you have something deployed, then you can learn how it behaves, and then you can identify additional requirements. So with AI, that will be the very same, and that's where it helps extremely well to create those things very quickly. Create me a UI, and then you get the UI. Do you like it? You can immediately give a feedback. You can ask another agent, like, is this UI now compliant? For example, does it fulfill the accessibility requirements? Then you have another feedback. Is it usable? Okay, you might have an agent or just a proper prompt for an LLM that is asking about how do you define usability? How you describe this question? Is it usable enough? What is it looking into? So if you have the proper questions asked, these orchestrated or the AI agents themselves can work very nicely together and do very fast cycles. You have an idea in the beginning, look at Lovable. You say what you want and then you get a website. And now you know if this is what you wanted.
The question is whether this could work for the more complex solutions. And some people give me tough questions, and maybe I will use it. Could you use this kind of AI-powered agents to build some safety critical systems, like something to control the airplane and just shipping to the production with AI testers, AI developers, AI analysts, everything AI-powered? How far we could go now with that, and whether we can trust, when we can trust it, or if we can trust it, this kind of approach.
So how do we trust the building of these softwares nowadays, or in the last 10, 20, 40 years? Can you list me that based on what we built the trust?
I think testing might be one of the things. Measuring some having some measures to make sure that we achieve some quality.
Yeah, but let's step, higher up. I agree with you, but testing is just, you create process specification, right? Automotive spice or for the medic industry. So you say, like, this is how it should happen. There should be verification and validation that have to be in place. Then you define ISO standards, and then you go to companies and say that these companies are ISO certified or have that certification. So now I trust them that they work accordingly. So you create a process that you trust. You certify organizations, then you trust them. Then you certify people who work there because that's your hiring process. Now you trust them. And then they do software development based on these processes, and then you trust that the thing that is coming out. Of course, not only trust, you also test.
And do we have like this type of process for AI now?
I mean, AI knows all those processes already now.
Yeah, but I think the interesting idea here is that there are some quality measures, let's call them, or certification or whatever, and it covers people and processes, like skills probably, and also the processes to follow. And now if we have any AI-powered tools or systems, these probably need to be applied there as well, because we can also certify the systems in some way.
Yep.
So this would be probably the same. I'm just brainstorming. I don't have any specific like opinion on that.
Me too.
Where I'm coming, and this is really again a personal thought process. But we hire people. So the companies hire people. There's a filter there. So first filter, hiring process. Then you have onboarding and education process. So you upskill them to the level that what is that you want. You have a process to achieve that, and you of course measure that. And then you let those people work within your tools, with your tools. Those tools mandate your processes. So if you have a CI/CD pipeline, pull request is mandatory, and certain code quality measures, lint, etc., are mandatory, then you again enforced those processes. Why is it different if these people are replaced with agents? If you certify that given agent, having, an initial filtering, then you certify that agent that the output is always following these, etc. needs. You have onboarding, which is like proper, prompting with the agent. Like you see that, yes, it really understands automotive spice. It really understands the code, the language you do, etc. So then if you zoom out enough, what's the difference? Really?
Yeah, but this is, I'm thinking about, are we now introducing, let's call it certification, the new certification for AI agents, or this AI topic is spread it over the existing teams and technology, and it'll be just another tick we need to just make sure it works, or maybe both, I don't know.
First of all, I wish that we have people with AI, right? So I wish for that for the future as well. But again,
so you expect that maybe there will be just agents for some cases?
Well, there will be a lot of areas where probably agents will help you scale. Let's put it that way. Again, so how do you trust a piece of code that is written by any of your colleagues?
Another agent.
Well, but now you review it, right? You have the pull request, you have the unit test that need to run against that. You need to have proper coverage. So the unit test needs to be enough in quantity. You have coding style checking. You have a security vulnerability analysis tool there. What else? You have bunch of stuff there, right? Already now we have all these actually feedback and validation method, not validation, but testing methods there. So if the code is created by an agent and all of these pass, should you be worried or should you be the same level happy as if it would have been created by human?
And it's possible to say like this, like in general, because, for example, Marcel opened the topic with this autonomous car or self-driving car, that you see that now, for example, the trains in many countries are completely autonomous because they have rails. There is like less risk that can something happen, but we don't have autonomous trucks because probably risk. And we can also say in general that we have some rules, principles, but we don't have it in place because there is like different risk. That can we also say it maybe in our domain, that in general that it's applicable for everything, but we need to still measure some risk of the, I don't know, domain, or if it's different, we are talking about, I don't know, healthcare, or we are talking about, I don't know, small startup for, I don't know, pizza.
Okay, so let's stay with autonomous cars. So now I have a non-autonomous car, right? I'm the driver.
Why?
I have a driving license. So I had an entry certification to be able to start driving. Now I have, oh my God, a lot of 30 to 3 years experience driving the car. I don't know how many thousands of kilometers. And I didn't have a major accident. Does it make you sure that I won't have an accident tomorrow? Is it a proof that I won't cause an accident because of my own personal mistake?
No.
So again, going back to that, we want to develop software for an autonomous car, which is 100% reliable. But then you have humans who are not 100% reliable driving cars.
Yeah,
So
I think
honestly, the software is the same. You never have bug-free software, right?
Yeah.
And now with AI, we expect that the AI creates bug-free software. So adjust our expectation to the reality make sure those processes are still there, somehow embedded
Mhm.
with agents as well. And I don't think it will be worse than before.
Okay. Actually, this is very nice view, and I agree that there will be some certain failure rate, as it is for the humans in all the other areas, not only in what's that, automotive or cars. But there is, I would say with this topic, there is one more I would like to dig in, and that's there was a discussion when I started with autonomous testing that using AI agents to run the test, execute the test, is a stupid idea, because every time you get a different kind of behavior, because that's the agentic behavior. So people say, no, it's good for creating the test, creating the test scripts, but then the test need to be executed using the code. And then another idea came, and then maybe we can, from the testing, we can bring it somewhere else. But in a testing, I can see that. Another idea which I saw came there, let's keep the coding part, let's keep the agent run the tests. And someone complained about it's not predictable, you cannot repeat it again and again. And I said, yes, you are right. That's not good idea. Actually, it's stupid idea. But after some time, someone else came and said, that's a brilliant idea. It behaves like a human. Finally, we have some automation which could behave like human, because if you get a different UI, the button is on different place or something is different, the human testers can overcome the issue and continue with testing where the test automation is failing. So maybe let's explore this ideas of automated and agentic, and discuss that. What's your opinion? What's your view on that? Which one is the more stupid idea, if we would turn it into
depends.
the question?
Oh, Szilard is back.
But now you can like dig into the details and elaborate that, because that's not a hot seat question.
But truly, again, you just brought up two things, and then you said this is good because this is good because, and it's exactly, it depends. So if we go back to regression testing, right, we want to repeat the same tests and we want to know exactly how they ran, and that we use as a safety net to say that, yes, the software behaves according to the requirements. I know my tests are an exact representation of the requirement. So if this acceptance test runs, that means my feature is running as expected. Does it mean the software is good? No, for that we still use exploratory testing in person, by human, whatever you name it, testing with a test charter, with a somehow random or different focused exercises. You don't want that to be repeatable. You want that to be changed over time and focusing on different risks, right? That's the point of exploratory testing. It's not scripted. It has a goal, but it is not repeating. It's not manual testing renamed to exploratory. So these are two different things. You need both of them. So you would need the different agents as well.
Yeah, but I would stay with this idea, because if I have one regression test, for instance, create customer in CRM, if I run it by human, and this is one of the tests from the regression suite, if I run it with human, it might work well. If I run it out in automated way, it works okay, and running with agent as well. Then I change something, like instead of 2 steps, I create a wizard of customer creation into 3 steps. I could let the human run that, but my automation test might fail. So I don't know whether that steps example is correct, but in some cases you don't get for the regression testing, especially in human-driven approach, always the same. 2 testers might give you different results or conduct the test differently. it's just matter of level of detail of the test probably. So the more detail it is, the more fallible it might be, because if something changed in the app, changed. So what is your view on this? And I am biased, of course. I'm biased.
Of course
I have
you
some
are.
preference, but probably you have your own preference and opinion.
I know you are, and I will say it depends. So again, I will not say you are right or you are wrong. The expectation, I think, is wrong, that I have a test, I modify the behavior of the software, and then I expect my test to reflect that change. I mean, that's exactly why I have a test, to reflect the agreed behavior, right?
So
Upfront.
but then I'm still I'm struggling with the statement where you said that your regression testing is covering your requirements, because sometimes it's not it is covering, but the coverage is pretty tricky topic. You can cover the requirements, but it might be vague or not fully covered, or you might be missing some details or introducing some details from the implementation.
My point is, they are aligned, but of course you might miss some of the requirements. It's based on how you select your regression test, right? You can have all your tests as a regression test, and still you are not covering everything because you forgot to create test for some of the requirements. If you had 100% requirement coverage and all those tests became automated and you run them all as a regression test, well, then you have full coverage. But my point was not to talk about the coverage, but the similarity that those are connected.
But what about, the customer experience? Because I also heard the opinion that yes, we can move to agentic world, that agents will running tests, quality assurance. Yes, as you discussed that, yes, the requirements are met, also, functional, non-functional, but if the human are testing or doing the quality assurance, it doesn't matter if the testers or the business, during the acceptance, also you're receiving some, how to say, not customer, but human feedback that, okay, looks good. It's like we expected, but from customer experience or layout or something, it's not so well. We need to change it because it's not good for production. That you are receiving such of different, feedback. Is not such of bug or incident, but it's feedback that, okay, this is something what is not so good. And this is something what agent probably will not to know to do it. And if we will have fully agent world, that how to succeed with this.
Again, we expect people to do usability testing, right? For example, you expect that from certified usability testers. So people, understands the points of usability and we come with that. When you say, for example, the business user will check it, they will test it from their own point of view. It's not usability by the standard, it's usability for that person. Because I don't like it, that's feelings. And that is also good. But then, well, understand your persona and create an agent that represents that persona. So my problem is that we are having a very complex software development process now with a lot of people who are subject matter expert in something. And then suddenly we expect that all of that will be taken by an agent. No, it will be taken or, enhanced, augmented by a set of different agents that are mimicking these professions.
And what about the things like alpha or beta testing or crowd testing? These will be also fully replaced by that AI crowd testing, or?
Absolutely. Like how many products and companies are out there who are actually saying that I have quite a crowd of different agents, all of them with different aspects. I don't know the name of the company, but it's in front of me, their website, saying that we have 730 different tests. How to say, test, not strategies, but, focus areas. We have a lot of things that typically are checked by professional testers. We created an agent for all of them.
Yeah,
and now you can hire our agentic crowd to do that. Sorry.
And you have also some kind of persona, so you can try to behave like something, and the agents can mimic that. Okay,
Mhm.
I will probably now bring this topic further into some kind of standardization and certification, because you are part of multiple organizations. So let's maybe list them first, and then we can go into detail. So there is a ISTQB, right?
Yes.
And TMMI.
I'm working with TMMI folks as well. So TMMI, test maturity model, integrated. That's a test process improvement model. That is to actually give a standardized way of how you measure your current testing processes, and then how do you get to the next maturity level. It's very much like CMMI, which is like checking your software development capability, maturity. These are old things, but actually when we are talking about software development practices, this has a lot of good information.
It's still relevant? It's still relevant?
I would say it is even more relevant than before, exactly what we are talking about, that understanding how a crowd of agents should work together. So this is kind of high-level architecture requirements for your processes. What the agent will implement, what type of processes.
Okay, and did you try, or is there any like impact from AI topics? Like, did you need to, or they, I don't know how well you are involved, need to adjust because of these AI agents, or it just how it's developed maybe last 3 or 4 years in terms of
So first of all, the TMMI was created quite some time ago, and that is always updated with, for example, Agile. So how does it fit to the Agile world? And what I worked on was the document TMMI in DevOps world. And now this is translated to several different languages. But the point is, like, when you take the original TMMI description, for example, how to deal with test environments, how to deal with test strategy, test planning, or upskilling of your staff, testing people, how that is actually implemented in DevOps. So it's more like taking that old practice and a little bit mapping it to new ways of working. And surprising, they are not outdated. They look different because, for example, your test strategy might not be a long document, but it's more like represented in your CI/CD pipeline design itself, in your processes that are actually expected to happen, so mandated or forced to happen. Or your test environment management would be more like infrastructure as code and on-demand deployment of standardized test environments. And then suddenly it becomes coding, because you do change control through coding your test environments instead of, I don't know, having some kind of documentation and change control on the documentation of your environment. So, but they are still there. Yeah.
But imagine the ISTQB.
Yes.
And, I'm just like in the situation that I would like to maybe jump to IT and to be a tester. Yeah, and I will choose that. Yeah, I would like to read ISTQB foundation level. Yeah, I don't know if there is something, regarding, the CI/CD or DevOps on-demand environment, everything what you mentioned last 3 minutes, and the AI, that if you are experienced testers, you can maybe translate those processes or standards to the agentic world to understand, okay, how maybe I can implement it agentic. But if you're in the starting point and you're reading like these practices, should be probably lost, because I'm expected that ISTQ will come with this update, I don't know, in 10 years or 5. Sorry, that's how quick in 5. That was my question, if it's relevant. I know that you can translate it because you are the senior, but if you are starting, somebody who is interested in testing or QA or something like this, it's able to translate this.
I'm not sure I do understand your question. Could you elaborate?
I'm saying that, I'm a starting tester, and Now the world is different. We have AI,
Yes.
we have Agentic, etc. But if you start reading the ISTQ, there is nothing related to this. You know what does it mean regression.
Mhm.
You know maybe what is smoke. You know what is white box testing, black box testing. But is not able to connect with some AI. That how I can use it in AI. Maybe they don't know, but there is AI in testing. That if we need to also incorporate these AI approaches to ISTQB, or to say that these processes and bases are ready. It doesn't matter if for human or for AI. It's the same.
Yeah. Now, so surprise, ISTQB has its own new product, the Gen AI syllabus. So actually, it is teaching you how to use generative AI in testing. And there's also another syllabus, which is the AI testing syllabus, which is focusing more on how to test AI-based products.
But it's okay because it looks like differentiation. I would like to be Gen AI tester, or I would like to be performance tester. No, I guess it's now basic. You need to know these approaches.
Yeah, but I am.
Yes, but these are covered, right, by different syllabus and different certifications. So there is performance test, there is acceptance. There's like 25. There's a lot of actually products in ISTQB, very specialized. But yes, it does have the AI thing. And just Marcel, one more thing, that I still believe that when you will interact with an agent and ask what to do, you still need to understand your domain. You need to understand the process. You need to understand what you're asking for. It's still good to understand the generic language of your profession. So if you are a tester, you should know ISTQB, or you should know TMAP, or you should go and study other frameworks as well. I'm not saying ISTQB is the one and only. I'm saying you should know the context-driven school, anything that helps you to think so you can interact with the agent.
Yeah, I think this is pretty challenging topic, or the situation that keeping up the knowledge with the current movement is difficult. And I can see, for instance, for the foundation level, this ISTQB foundation level, it actually adapts. If I understand now, it merged with Agile.
1 or 2 years ago, they merged it or not?
Yeah.
And there's the Foundation 4.0. I think it's now 2 years out, and it has much more focus on Agile, but also there is work on even more.
But my point was that it's some topics which are special and expertise are becoming standard, and I think this happened to the Agile, and probably it might soon happen to the AI. The question is whether and how quickly we can develop that, and when to bet on the situation that AI should be in the standard or foundational level. I think this might
point as well.
It might be it might be like natural development of that. So we will get there after some time, that this will be somehow absorbed, or there will be some foundation and then advanced. But these days I can see, and actually that I was using the first AI syllabus from ISTQB, and it was pretty practical, but
I still have it.
Yeah, but in this era of AI, it's super difficult to keep up. I think even they would keep releasing every year or twice a year this syllabus. There is a lot of change out there.
Yeah, but stop for a bit. We talk about artificial intelligence, right? I studied that at my university, and the whole thing comes from the 70s and even earlier, right? So artificial intelligence is a lot of things. How to test that is, of course, evolving. So now you can say, how do I test large language model? How do I test small language models? How do I test retrieval, augmented generation, or actual vector database, and then semantic search, that it gives you the correct information? These are testing problems. So these are, of course, evolving, but it's like domain. They're like, how do you test a self-driving car? I don't think this is any different. So of course you need to evolve that, but these are evolving. On the other hand, because a lot of this knowledge is described in multiple documents in multiple ways, now the large language models have this knowledge. So you can actually ask, what are the black box test design techniques, white box,
Yeah.
or more generic, how should I design test cases? And then you will get a very good answer, probably a mix of all the different schools, which is, I think, great.
Yeah. Actually, I think in general, it's the topic of certification, TMMI and ISTQB, for me personally, is super difficult topic to orientate and make the decision about, because it's the same discussion like, do we need a university degree or not these days?
Mhm.
Or should I study the history if I don't enjoy that, because I
Yeah.
have the either LLM or Wikipedia or internet to find all the facts, or not? Because in past there was no such technologies as we have now. So how to make this knowledge relevant? But that would be probably for another entire podcast. How to pick up the most relevant or most valuable thing. So
But
maybe,
sorry, I don't think that's like important discussion. At least I don't see it. You need to have your skills to be able to do the job, right? To have the skills, you need knowledge and experience. The knowledge typically comes from some training. And the measurement, if you learned that thing, body of knowledge, is through a certificate. An exam typically comes with a certification. The experience is typically measured through assessment, assessing your behavior. That's the interview, what I mentioned, right? Entry interview. So it's not the certification what is important. It's the skill that is important. But in my view, certification helps you to carve out time from your life to learn that body of knowledge and push yourself to at least get the common language and that understanding. And then you will do a lot of work and gather experience. And with that, you will actually move it to a skill, from a knowledge to a skill. And that's important.
I probably agree. What I'm struggling with is, what is the body of knowledge? What is the relevant? How it should look like? Is it actual? How we can, or should we move or keep up with that as the world is changing in general? I think I now turning it a bit to the philosophical discussion, not only about the AI, but in general, we are moving as a humans. And the question is what we should study and how we should learn the stuff. And then, and of course, the certification is just last step. And some people say it's stupid idea. Some people say, no, it's important. For me, it's a good motivator. So I can say there is a deadline. I need to pass the exam and I will work hard to get there.
It's good for CV.
It might be good for CV, but for me, it's more like I have the deadline to focus something. But the tricky part is whether the syllabus or the content I'm working or focusing on to master or learn, whether that's what should be in and out. And I know that it's designed by some very clever people, but still with this fast pacing world, it's changing so quickly that I don't know whether we are still focusing on the most important stuff.
Yeah, a personal opinion. Really personal.
This is what we are.
That you could.
You could final actually, words now coming from Szilard.
No. But you could take the kind of structure of an ISTQB or any certification. You put there like, what is it expected that the person will know after the certification? What is the skill that they are expected to able to do, or an example, practice? You feed this to the latest LLM, and you will get an always updated syllabus or body of knowledge.
Because of the LLM itself has no...
The LLM has the knowledge, right? The latest knowledge.
Yeah, there is some cutoff, so maybe 1 year old or 6 months old.
Yeah, that's, I mean, the most of relevant knowledge probably is there.
Yeah.
And of course, in the internet. But when you just sit down next to this mastermind, you don't know what to ask. But if you have a set of questions that helps you, the structured learning objectives, as we call them in ISTQB. You have like 40 learning objectives in the foundation level. You feed that, I need to know test design. Okay, and then the LLM the large language model helps you to learn test design. So does it have an importance? Yes, it structures what you should know. But we might move away from the actual text, the knowledge what is there, and we keep it generated.
And
I have dreams.
I guess that we can speak another 1 hour. It's really broad topic, but I have like final question. For everybody who is listening right now or to see it, what they can do from tomorrow? What are the first maybe 2 or 3 steps? If they are part of the SDLC process, it doesn't matter if they are testers, developers, analysts, what they have to start doing. And what are the first 3 steps from your perspective, something what is tangible, that what they can do? Like your final strong message.
Okay, so first of all, start using them. Start using AI assistants first, or coding assistants. The one that is provided by your company. Careful about information security, right? Don't leak information to an agent that is not approved by your company. So first of all, very strong message there. You wanted strong message, you got strong message. Describe the task in front of you, or describe your role, and ask the agent, like, how would you do this? Can you help me doing this better? So describe what you have to do, even it's your role description within the process, or, the task at hand, and see how that would do it. If you have a thinking of how you would do it, ask it to challenge you. Find the blind spots in my thinking. What other questions would you ask to make sure that this is correct? So use it as a buddy to, work with. Start there. And maybe then you could go into this direction, what we discussed, like, this is my job, this is my role, what are the things I should know? And I should be able to have experience and skills with. And use it to upskill and learn every day. And then you can start delegating tasks out. Smaller and then bigger, and actually learn how to take it into your daily workflow.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Szilard. Thank you so much. But maybe to tell us where the people can see you, on which conferences, where we can see you face to face.
Oh, there's a lot coming. So next time I will be on the 4th of March in close to Amsterdam on the Test Automation Days in the Netherlands. And then I will be in Riga on Tapost next. I will be in Vilnius. I will be, oh my God, where? That's not confirmed yet. I will be in Madrid on Expo QA in May, and I will be on the Eurostar in Oslo in June.
Nice.
And hustef.com is still open, so the call for paper. So people, please propose a talk, and then hope to see you there on stage as well, or at Budapest in October.
I was scared that no Hungary, no Slovakia, Czech Republic, that in Hustef. Okay, very good.
Yes,
good.
Great. Testing United as well. I hope I get there.
Okay.
But it's in Netherlands this year.
Yes, no? now it's there. Peter is doing that now there. He grew the conference pretty big.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. It was really, really exciting. Thank you for your time. And, we are really happy that we had opportunity to have you here with us.
Thank you, Ryan. And just the final word from me, don't think like I'm saying that this is all easy, and don't think that we are already there. But even I'm a quality assurance guy, a Hungarian living in Finland, I'm still trying to be positive looking at the AI agents and how to turn this really into something working. I think we have all the ingredients. And yes, we need to work on that to make it sure, but it will come and it will help all of us.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank
Ciao.
you all.
Don't forget to like, comment, and also follow us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.